said, we're about to drive through here not too long from now. And they established the communities of Colorado City, Arizona, and present-day Fredonia, Arizona. And that was the last ever place in the United States where they had polygamy. And I'm going to let that topic die right there. But yes, once in a while we get somebody who asked, now were they the ones with multiple wives? Yes, they were, but it ended in the year 1890. So, the Church of Latter-day Saints officially began to control the state government in 1896. Now, Utah is a bit different from the surrounding states. If you notice, a lot of the cities here in Utah are very, very clean. So, St. George, Hurricane, Salt Lake City, Ogden, Utah, and all the surrounding suburbs are very clean places. And one thing that you notice in Utah, in the major cities, is that they're very clean and there's not very many homeless people at all. Now, it's not a crime to be homeless by any means. It's a rather unfortunate circumstance. But in Utah, they have pretty strong laws against things like vagrancy. So, you're not going to see very many homeless people here in Utah. And if they are here, they quickly get put in shelters. So that's kind of how that works. Also, Utah has some very strong laws in general. So, for example, crimes against people like assault, sexual assault, battery have very strong laws. So if you commit a crime here in Utah, you can expect some serious jail time to go along with it. So here's one thing about Utah that is pretty strict, okay? Now, the big crime, murder, okay? There are very, very few murders that happen here in the entire state of Utah. And Utah is an absolutely enormous state, okay? So that's saying something. The people here are very well behaved and they're very disciplined. If you think about the Las Vegas area, they average about a murder a night, okay? That's back in Las Vegas. Now Utah, you don't get a murder that often, okay? But the laws that concern murder go something like this. So if you get convicted of murder and you get what is called capital punishment, meaning the death penalty, okay? They do something unique, all right? Now, there's a lot of states in the United States that do not have the death penalty. The ones that do usually execute you by means of what is called lethal injection, where they use sodium chloride or sodium thiopentate and potassium chloride to stop your heart. Now, Texas has a thing called Old Sparky, where they pass electricity through your body until you're dead. Otherwise known as the electric chair, guys. So, that's Texas. If you were to go to San Quentin, California, they used to have, and in fact, I'm not sure if they still have it or not, but they had what is called the gas chamber, where you would sit there and they would simply gas you to death. So that was California, the gas chamber, guys. Now, Washington State and New Hampshire currently have the gallows pole still. So they go medieval on you if you commit a capital offense such as murder. Okay. Now let's go back to Utah over here, guys. Utah doesn't have the electric chair. They don't have lethal injection. They don't have the gas chamber, and they don't have the gallows pole. If you get convicted and sentenced to death here in Utah, they shoot you to death. Okay. You get sentenced to what is called the firing squad. So, people have actually been shot to death by a firing squad here in Utah, by the state government. So, if that's a deterrence, guys, you can probably imagine why there's not very many murders here in Utah. And it comes from the majority of Utah being very religious. So, that's kind of how that works. So right now, we're about 15 minutes away from our break over here at a place called Bees Marketplace. And we'll be about maybe 20 minutes there, and then it'll give us a chance to grab coffee and snacks and use a real restroom. Okay, guys, we'll go ahead and stop right over here. And I said 15 minutes because I was thinking about somewhere else. It's still early, pardon me. But yeah, so we'll do about 25 minutes here just to make sure that everybody gets back on time. Okay, guys.